Okay, guys, good afternoon or good evening. So how are you today? This is teacher Adriana Sandoval. This is me. And today, as you know, we are going to be talking or learning about how to write a CV. So, but first, I would like to know if you can hear me well. Are you hearing? Are you?
Yes, teacher, we are hearing you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. And I also would like to know if you, where do you live? So where are you writing from? So if you can please type on the chat and tell me where are you located. So that's gonna be fine. I would like to know where you are located right now. So for example, type in the chat, I am from Bogota, I am from Barranquilla, I am from whatever. So I am talking to you from Sincelejo, Sucre. This is the place where I'm located right now. And I would like to know what is yours. So Juan Beltran is saying, hi everyone, I'm in Barranquilla, Barranquilla la Bella. Okay, thank you, Juan. Luis is from El Paso, Cesar. So we're almost close, let's say close. From Bogota, Natalia. Olga Lucia is from Bucaramanga. Okay, I'm from Santander, actually. I'm not from the coast of Colombia. I'm not from Sucre, I'm from Santander. And I know Bucaramanga because I'm from Cimitarra, Santander. So it is like 4 hours away from Bucaramanga. So I know Bucaramanga. Sandra Rodriguez is from Neiva, and Pedro Spina is from, I don't know. Okay, guys, so what about if we start Zipaquirá? Okay, Pedro is from Zipaquirá. So everybody is welcome today to this English laboratory, this English lab. So today we're going to learn together, because this was a new topic for me, and I am also learning. Everybody and every day we are learning many things, right? So it's a pleasure for me to be here with you and trying to explain and trying to teach you some strategies or some tips on how to write a good CV, a good curriculum for maybe for your next jobs or for your next interviews, job interviews. So that is going to help you with with a good presentation of your background, of what you have done in your previous jobs, and about your skills, your abilities, and everything that you already know, what you have learned. So we're going to learn how to write a CV tonight, okay? So are you ready for that? Yes, if you are ready, please let me know with a reaction, an emoticon. I don't know how to say that. So,
Hello.
Hello, Jessica. So it's so good to see you through the camera. Thank you for put your camera on. Good. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, let's start. Oh. ¿Me escuchan? Sorry. Okay. Are you here with me? Yes. I thought I have lost my connection, but now everything is all right. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, so this is the presentation for today, today's presentation. I think I'm not gonna take so long. I think we're going to spend like an hour, and I'm going to be very brief. Can you see my screen? Can you tell me, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you. How to write my CV. So maybe here in Colombia, we have a different technique or a different way on how to write our CVs, right? So I don't know, we used to add a lot of information and we used to write yes, like many paragraphs about our past experiences, about our past jobs, our academic background, our personal details. So I don't know if you are like me, but maybe we have that kind of CV in our computers and they are so long. But I'm going to teach you today a different kind of CV that is a typical CV from the United Kingdom or from the USA or from Canada, yes? So this is a kind of UK style CV, yes? So, but first I would like to know if you are understanding, if you are getting everything of what I'm saying. ¿Están entendiendo todo lo que estoy diciendo o quieren que haga switch con español o todo está bien?
it's okay.
Also, yes.
That's perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. So you have a good level. That's awesome. Okay. So let's start with that. Let's start with this explanation today. So it's important to know that when you are applying for a job, a great CV, a great curriculum is essential, right? So when you present your CV, that's like your, I don't know, like your appearance, like what people is going to know and what people is going to see from you or about you. So it is very important, it's very essential that your CV is well organized and has the appropriate information they need to know. They need to be aware about you, about your experience, about what you know to do. Okay, so when you're looking for work, you need an attractive and memorable curriculum vitae that shows your potential employer, I mean your future boss, all the skills or your abilities, all the things you really know, you really are capable to do, and the experience you have for the job. So that's the reason why it is very important to dedicate a lot of time and to be very conscious and to be very punctual. What else? Yes, to write a very, very well CV, because that is your presentation. That is like the cover of you, right? So this article, this exposition, this explanation, this presentation mainly focuses on writing a UK style CV. So these main tips that I'm going to teach you today are based on a United Kingdom style curriculum vitae. So if you are applying for a job internationally, maybe you are applying or you want to apply to a job in Canada or for a job in the USA or in the United Kingdom or in another country, be aware, be conscious, have in mind that the standard length, format, and tone can vary from country to country. What does it mean, teacher? That means that maybe the way you write a CV or the way, for example, Colombian people write a CV in Colombia is different from the way Canadian people write a CV, or in another country write their CV. So every CV in every country is different, yes? So we have a different way to do it, and they have another different way to do it. So that's why it's very important to write a CV according to the standards of that country. For example, if you want to apply for a job in Canada, it's important for you to know how is a CV in Canada, yes? So that's very important to have in mind. So let's continue with the first thing, or the first characteristic of a well CV. What is the first thing we need to write in a CV? The contact details, yes? So I would like you to read, because I don't want to talk all the time. So can somebody read, please, for me? Make sure. Yes, Pedro?
Hello,
You
good,
can-
good afternoon.
Yes, good
Contact
afternoon.
details and address, phone, name, alias, presentation.
Yes, very good. So you say that the contact details are name, what else? The address,
Address, yes. Address, phone. Yes.
yeah, your telephone number, very good.
Okay.
For example, if you want that person, that future employer, that future boss to contact you, what other means of communication you want that person to have?
Okay.
Your telephone
Email.
number, and what else? An email, very good. That's more formal. I think the email is the more formal means of communication when it refers, or when it is yes, focusing on job or jobs, yes? So Pedro, can you please read that part? Make sure the potential employer.
Okay. Make sure, excuse me. Make sure the potential employer has a way of contacting you. Include your full name, telephone number, and email address.
Very good. So it says your full name, not only, for example, if my name is Adriana Marcela Sandoval Robles, I can't write only Adriana Sandoval or Marcela. I have to write my full name. That's very important. And also my phone number, and also my email address. Some other people add the address of their houses. Yes, the address of they are living, where they are living. If you want, you can do it. That's not mandatory, but it's possible. So here you have an example of that. And as you can see, we have here in the first place, we have a telephone number here. This is the telephone number, this is the email, and this is a web page, like a web address. Maybe if you have that, you can add that. And this one here is the address, the location where the person lives. Jessica, do you have a question?
Yes, teacher, is there a difference between the presentation of the CV in the United States and Colombia? Because there is a lot of difference between the presentation in Brazil, for example.
Oh,
In Colombia, it is more the detail. That is, how can I say, detalles.
Details.
oh, detailed.
Details. Details. There are description texts in Colombia,
Yes,
but
but how is it in Brazil?
No.
No?
No, in Brazil is much more simple.
Okay, I think maybe in Brazil is like this one that I'm explaining today, because I think, I don't know, I think in Colombia, we talk a lot, and we talk a lot even when we're writing. So in Colombia, we add a lot of information. We add information about many years ago and from, I don't know, information from our academic background, from kindergarten and infant and whatever. So we add a lot of information, but the CV that are being more popular today are the ones that have less information. The less is the more, is better, yes? So I think maybe in Brazil is similar as the CVs in Canada, in the USA, and in the United Kingdom. But yes, the CVs, for example, in the USA are totally different as the CVs or than the CVs in Colombia, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Jessica, so let's continue. So the first thing we have to add in a CV is, of course, the contact details. If you don't write your contact details, how can you expect your future boss is going to give you a job, right? So it is very important to add the contact details. So what do you think? Do you think it is important to add a photo on your CV? What do you think, guys?
Maybe.
Maybe, you say maybe. Who says it's not important? Who says that?
What is the rule, teacher, for this case?
Okay, we're going to see, but first I want you to tell me if you think it's important, it's mandatory, it's or not. Is a requirement or not? What do you think?
I think in my mind is not important
Okay.
because maybe there is some stereotypes. Stereotypes
Yes.
is correct. Okay,
Yeah, that's correct.
sometimes the employer have to uh, see the skills of participants,
Yes.
but not your appearance. Maybe
Okay.
I think that I don't know.
Oh, that's a good appreciation. That's a good opinion. I think you're very right with the reason why, yeah, many of these countries, you're gonna see now. Let's see, let's read this. In many countries, employers expect to see a professional looking photo on a CV. Okay, so stop there. In Colombia, many companies and many people, many employers want to see a photo. They really want to see a photo of that person. Maybe there are many companies here that for them, yeah, it's very important to, I don't know, to see the physical appearance or to see how the person looks or to see how the person is, I don't know, if it is thin or it is fat or how
Yeah,
is.
it's a little discriminatory, no?
I think so, I think so. But in other countries, like in the United Kingdom, like in Canada, and in the USA, the law prohibits employers from
Teacher,
asking for a photo. Yes?
teacher, maybe in Colombia we're very ugly. In
No,
other
we
countries
don't.
are beautiful.
Yes. They have a better, I don't know, a better appearance. No, we have a good appearance, but I think the reason why they don't do this is because they don't want to choose a person based on his physical appearance, but based on his skills or her skills. Yes,
You
that's
have
most important.
we have to use filter.
Yeah, we have to use the filters, Instagram filters and Facebook filters. Okay, so but yes, this is the reality. Yes, in many countries, as in Canada, USA, and the United Kingdom, there is a law. There is a how can we say that in other way? There is
Rule? There
a
is a rule?
rule. Very good. There is a rule or there is a law that says that employers can't or cannot ask for a photo on the CV. So they can do that, okay? And it is better not to include one. So actually, if you says, maybe sometimes we say, oh, it's not important to me, that's okay for me. I'm going to add the photo. That doesn't matter. So if you add the photo, maybe your CV is not going to be accepted or received because you have that photo. And maybe some companies don't want you to do that. They just want to focus on the information. Okay? So try to find out if it is usual to include a photo in the working environment you are applying to. In Colombia, that's not a problem. In Colombia, we can add a photo. Well, in most of the companies, we can add a photo, right? But if you are applying for a job in Canada, please don't add a photo. That's, as you know, as you are learning here and we are learning here, that's a law. There is a law that says they can ask for a photo on their CVs, okay? So that was the second characteristic or tip or thing to have in mind. The first one was contact details. The second one is the photo. So you have to be aware of the company or the country you are applying for a job and see if they ask for the photo or not. The third one is education. So that somebody wants to read here?
I want to read.
Okay, you can go.
Okay. List and date the most important qualifications you have obtained, starting with the most recent. You can
Recent.
all recent, excuse me.
Yes, very
You
good.
can also include any professional qualifications you have.
Okay, very good. So you need to, and we need to write a list and date in the education part. We need to list and date the most important projects, qualifications we have obtained through the years, okay? So you need to start all the time with the most recent. Yes, for example, I don't know, the last year I studied post graduation, whatever, degree, yes, whatever, or a doctorate, or yes. So you need to write in the first place that last one, the previous one that you did, and just the rest of them, the rest of the, for example, of the studies that you have. So you have to write them or list them in that order. Okay, so the first one has to be the previous one. So it says you can also include any professional qualifications you have. So here we have an example. Here we have an example of a person. So she says, for example, from 2012 or from 2012 to 2015, she studied a bachelor degree of marketing and business in this university in Shodu, maybe that's pronunciation, Shodu University.
Teacher,
So,
what means degree? Can you explain me this word, please?
yeah, of course, a degree is a career.
Okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
it's a career. So you can say career or you can say degree. So for example, I have a degree on foreign languages. That's my degree. But you can have a degree on engineering. Yes?
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So this person, the last study this person has is a bachelor degree of marketing and business. Marketing y negocios. Una carrera en marketing y negocios, 2012, 2015. But she has also 2015, she also did from 2015 to 2018, a master's degree of marketing and business. Bueno, Lo que nos dice ahí es que el más reciente debe estar de primeras, o sea que este de abajo debería estar aquí arriba. Y este de acá arriba, aquí abajo, ¿verdad? Entonces, siempre tener en cuenta, we have to have in mind that we need to list the last study we did in the first place, ¿ok? Tiene que estar del más reciente al más antiguo. Entonces ahí simplemente se pone el estudio, la universidad o el lugar donde se hizo y la fecha. So the date is very important too. So let's continue with the work experience. Who wants to read? A voluntary, please. Do you want to read? Do you want to participate? Do you want to practice your English?
I want to practice.
Okay, continue, please, Luis.
Thank you so much. List and date the jobs you've had and the companies you've worked for, starting with the most recent. It's usually enough to cover the last 10 years of your work history. Include your job title, responsibilities, and I don't say this word,
And achievements.
achievements in the job. What is
Very
this word?
good.
I don't know this word.
Achievements is when you, how to explain that? For example, your bachelor degree is an achievement, your school degree or your school certification is another achievement,
It's like
your
a goal.
master.
It's
Yes,
like a
it's
goal.
like that. Yeah, goal is a synonym. Yes, very good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, that's the synonym. That's the correct synonym. Very good. So in this case, you need to add your work experience and you also need to list and date the jobs you have had. In the previous one was your studies, your education information, but in this case is your work experience. So if you have a lot of work experience, you need to start for the previous one. I mean, the last work or the last job you had recently, okay? So it says here, list and date the jobs you have had and the companies you have worked for. So we're gonna see here an example. Experience, for example, from 2018 to 2019, La Arana branding, so this is the company, this is the enterprise, and the work was, or this person worked as social media manager, handling social media campaign and managing team to handling social media timeline upload. And in 2019 to present, she worked in Showdwe Cosmetics. So this is the company or this is the, yes, the enterprise. And she worked as a digital marketing manager. What did she do or what did this person do? Managing overseas company digital marketing strategies to reach more clients in website and social media. Okay, so it is supposed that this one here goes to be or has to be in the first place, okay? So remember that is the first is the recent, the most recent one, and then the others. Okay, let's continue with the next one. So this is the work experience. And this here is just to have in mind. Somebody to read, that somebody want to read?
Can I read it, teacher?
Yes, you can read again. Okay, you can read.
Oh, I know the saying. If you have a lot of work experience, give the job's title, but be selective about which responsibilities and achievements you highlight. Reduce the detail about jobs that are less relevant to the role you are applying. 4. And draw attention to the most important experience you bring.
Very good. So the first place is, if you have a lot of work experience, give the job titles as this one here. So in this case, she is writing with titles of the name of the company and his how do you say that? Yes, like the thing she was doing at his job, his responsibility or her responsibility at that job. So it says here, if you have a lot of work experience, give the job titles, but be selective about which responsibilities and achievements you highlight. So you don't have to talk a lot about that. You don't have to give a lot of information about what you did in this job and in that job. No, just be selective, be specific with the information, the most important things that you did in that job. So for example, I am a teacher. So I worked in a school, I don't know, 2 years ago. So I was teaching to my students, and I was in charge of a group of students. I was the director of them, and I also had knowledge on taking control of the class, and I have knowledge there on working on, I don't know, on Excel or on Excel and at Word. And I don't know, you have to be specific on the responsibilities you had in that job, but don't over talk about that, yes? So the next is reduce the detail about jobs that are less relevant. Yes, so don't talk too much about those jobs, but reduce the detail. Talk about specific details and less relevant to the role you are applying for. Draw attention to the most important experience you bring. Okay, let's continue with the skills. Who wants to continue reading? Who wants to practice? Skills, abilities. Another person,
Yes.
please.
I want.
Okay, Olga, you can continue.
These calls include the language you speak, the computer programs you can use well, the class tip of your driving license, and any other professional skills you might have that are relevant to the job you're applying for.
Very good. Okay, in this case, we are talking about what? About your abilities. But maybe these are other kind of abilities that are not extremely attached or maybe extremely required in your job, but that you already know how to do. Maybe you are very good at, I don't know, for example, at managing computers, or you maybe speak 2 or 3 different languages, and that's gonna be helpful in your new job. So that's another ability, or that's another skill that you have, that maybe you didn't study that at university, or you didn't study that, or you didn't prepare that, yes, in an official academy or in an official a place to study, but you know that, and you have that knowledge, and you know how to use a computer, you know how to speak English, or you know how to speak, I don't know, Japanese, and you can use very well a truck or a car, you have a driving license. So that's, or those are the kind of skills you need to write there, okay? So here we have an example here. For example, this person says that her skills are digital marketing tool, 90%, copywriting and story writing, 80%, digital marketing tool, 77%, search engine optimization, 80%, meta tag optimization, 88%. So you can just let your future employer know what other skills you have. Okay, so for example, here, additional skills. Project management skills, digital marketing, negotiation, critical thinking, communication skills. So you can add that information also onto your CV. Okay, so, and this is the result. This is how we need, or we have to write our CV. So in the first place, you need to write your full name. Please write your full name, maybe a short description about you, who are you, what are your interests, and just very short what is the experience you have. Remember the education background, your experience at work, your skills, and of course, your contact details. Here I have other examples. For example, this one. And in this case, you can see also the full name of the person and her profession, social media expert. So he is a social media expert. These are the contact details. Here she has some references, the skills, the work experience, and the educational experience or the academic background that is almost the same. And here we have another kind of CV. So you see here the full name, the profession or the occupation of this person that is marketing manager, the contact details, as you know, he has a phone number, email. Oh, this is very important too. If you have LinkedIn, that's very, very important to have your LinkedIn account on your CV, because now the employers just can go to LinkedIn and search for your name and see all the information and your experience, the experience you have. So that's very important to add. And the place you are or your address, etc. So a short profile about you, the work experience, the education experience or the education background, your skills, and just this is part of the work experience. He has a different kind of CV with job title and the name of the jobs he have done. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think about these
Teacher,
CVs?
I have a question.
Yes.
Only one sheet is enough?
Yes, well, actually, that's a very good question. As you know, here in Colombia, we use many pages, right? We use, I don't know, like 4 and 5 pages with RCBs. But in these countries, they don't ask for many information. If you can summarize, if you can reduce all what you have done, your education, your work experience in just one page, that's gonna be enough because they receive a lot of CVs and they don't have the time to read all your 5 pages of your work experience and all your educational experience. No, they don't have time for that. They just want to see all the information, all the things you have done in one page. And that's gonna reduce their time. That's gonna keep their time watching or yes, seeing CVs and CVs and CVs. So for example, for Canada, for the USA and for the UK, they prefer to see CVs in just one page. So what do you think? Is that better? Did you agree or not?
I think it's a better,
Yeah, I think it's
but
better too.
but because the employers maybe they have many participants
Yes.
and read many pages is very a lot time.
Yes, 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 yes.
I think this.
Consumes time. Yes. You can say it's a waste of time and it's very exhaustive for them, right? They just have many things to do and they can spend many hours reading and reading CVs. So for them it's just very important to see your information in just one page because as you said, they receive a lot of CVs. They receive a lot of participants, a lot of people who wants to enter or to start a job with them. So they don't have time to watch a long CV. So this is very important. In just one page, we can
Teacher.
summarize all our information. Yes?
Teacher, maybe too is a culture because in Colombia we have different culture to employer. Maybe I don't know. Or in other countries they have other culture to read this HV. I don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. So what do you mean? That people have another culture with that? With what?
I have a question, teacher.
Yes, tell me.
Okay, we could do another workshop. Automatics is creating in this app. Ashubek, o Javier,
Yes?
o no. Lo siento, no sé si me voy a entender.
No, no, I didn't understand. Can you
Podríamos
repeat?
hacer otro taller de estos, pero digamos como tú le decías, como tratando de organizar, pero digamos crear una hoja de vida desde cero, pero en inglés, o no se podría.
Okay, well, that's a good idea. I think it's possible, but I don't know when, well, I don't know if I'm gonna have the next laboratory, yes?
Okay.
Because this is like random. So I don't know, maybe for next time, we can plan that with the teacher in charge and we can propose that,
Oh,
right? So that's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea because we together we can write our CVs in English and I can see what you're writing. I can correct if you have mistakes or not. But I haven't finished. I haven't finished. I'm just sending through the chat the attendance. So I would like please to fill it up. I mean to fill out this. And I just want to finish
Teacher.
by saying this. Yes, tell me.
Teacher, the tip on suggestion and the, no sé, bueno, así, faltó, pues, digo yo, and the presentation, and very, very, very important, second language, or second or three language. Okay.
Oh,
English,
yes, to say that,
advances.
yes?
Yes. Very,
You
very,
can
very
say
important.
that, yes, you can say that in the skills. Yeah, maybe, for example,
Ajá.
maybe these people don't speak another
Y
language.
también quería preguntar, ahí digamos entra, digamos, lo que es skill, una cosa son habilidades, otras son cosas, bueno, suena feo, perdón, lo digo en español, habilidades y lo que yo sé hacer, ¿no? O sea, digamos, yo soy muy puntual, yo soy muy rápido, yo sé de computadora, yo sé de esto, pero son cosas diferentes, ¿cierto? O sea, no son skills, bueno.
Sí, son skills. Yes,
¿Todas
they
serían
are.
skills? ¿Todas?
Sí, todas, sí. A ver, podemos mirar skills. Quiero mostrarles aquí como la que yo tengo para que nos guiemos. Podemos decir skills, aquellas cosas que simplemente sabemos hacer, que no necesariamente de pronto lo estudiamos en la universidad, sino que lo aprendimos en el día a día. Por ejemplo, hay personas que han aprendido, no sé, programación desde sus casas. ¿Sí me van a entender?
Abilities.
Abilities, yes, those are skills. Skills es tal cual lo mismo que habilidades, ¿listo? Entonces, hay muchas cositas que de pronto ustedes saben hacer, que no necesariamente las estudiaron, pero que las conocen, saben manejar muy bien Excel, saben manejar muy bien, no sé, programas de diseño. Entonces, todas esas cositas no quiere decir que todo el mundo las sabe. Hay cositas que nosotros sabemos hacer que otros no. Pero yo las sé hacer y yo las puedo anotar en mi CV y eso es muy importante porque el empleador va a decir, uy, pero esta persona, no sé, esta persona sabe hablar inglés, pero este no. Esta persona tiene un alto conocimiento de Excel, pero este no. ¿Sí? Entonces todas esas son habilidades y herramientas. Les voy a mostrar por aquí la mía que yo hice hace un tiempito atrás. No sé si se vaya a ver bien, pero la voy a compartir. Aquí yo sí escribí mis idiomas. Aquí puedo compartirla. ¿Dónde está?
Teacher,
Aquí. Yes.
what about the reference? I know that in Canada and United States, it's not necessary to write the reference, but here in Colombia, like most of
Oh,
companies
yeah.
ask for reference.
Yeah, no, here is not necessary. You don't have to. They just want to know about you. And they really trust what you say about you. I don't know if you are understanding what I'm saying. O sea, en
I want
Colombia
to,
no sé por qué piden referencias, me imagino que es porque quieren saber si es cierto lo que tienes en la hoja.
Yeah.
Pero en otros países seguro creen mucho en que tú eres una persona honesta y que lo que estás colocando allí es cierto. Entonces no necesitan llamar a ninguna persona para saber si tú trabajaste allí o no, si hiciste esto o no. Entonces confían en ti. Sin embargo, hay algo que les voy a decir ahorita al finalizar y es que si una persona llega a mentir en un CV, en una hoja de vida, hoy en día, gracias a la tecnología, cualquier empleador puede conocer si eso es cierto o no. Entonces va a ser como complicado que uno diga mentirillas por allí, ¿cierto? Entonces, ellos confían en la información que cada uno está dando, entonces no piden referencias. Por eso es tan resumidito el CV en una sola página. Miren, este fue el un poquito, pero no sé si lo ven bien, no sé si lo puedo mirar rápido. Okay, so this is my information. This is all my information. This is information about me. This is my name, Marcela Sandoval, and I write here as Spanish, English, and French teacher. Spanish, English, and French teacher. These are my content details, and these are my skills. So as a skills, I say that well, teaching languages, como la enseñanza de los idiomas, Spanish native speaker, that I speak Spanish as a native speaker, teamwork, social skills, and social media. Acá incluyo lo de los idiomas. O sea, yo pienso que obviamente es súper importante que se incluyan los idiomas en las habilidades, ¿ok? Aquí incluyo mi work experience, education background, mis estudios universitarios, y listo, mis habilidades y pare de contar. O sea, en realidad es súper sencillo como debería ser el CV de acuerdo a estos países. Listo. Yes, in other countries they don't care about the...
Teacher,
Una cuestión.
Yes, tell me. So I'm going to finish
Teacher,
with my presentation.
the teacher and the français?
Yes, I speak French too.
Ah, parlez-vous français?
Oui, je parle. Mais j'ai oublié quelque chose parce que je ne le pratique. Je ne le pratique chaque jour, mais oui, je me souviens de quelque chose et je peux parler.
Plus maman, plus maman, plus maman.
Je peux parler un peu, mais je ne me souviens pas de beaucoup de choses parce que je pratique seulement l'anglais.
Thanks.
Oui.
what?
Okay, so I'm going to finish with this. Estamos ahí hablando un poquito francés para los que no entendieron.
very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Bueno, vamos a terminar con esto. 8 useful tips to write your CV. Okay, the first tip is keep it short, but not too short. So it is important that you, as we said before, you need to summarize your information. Keep it short. Don't write a lot. Yes, don't write a lot of information, just the most important details, but not too short. Tampoco tan cortito, right? So write the things that are really, really important and that maybe this future employer is going to be attentive to if you write that. So the next one is use active verbs. So when you describe what you have achieved in previous jobs, use active verbs for a strong positive effect. For example, some active verbs are responsible, like to lead or manage or created or developed. So there are some active verbs that are going to catch the attention of your future boss. Yes, so use that on your CV. Fill in the gaps. For example, if there is a space, don't try to leave spaces of time on your CV. because that's gonna be that's not gonna be helpful, and your future employer is gonna say, okay, but this person didn't work on 2020, so what did he do? So, for example, you travel around the world the last year. Yes, you were in Spain, or no, I don't know, if you were in Europe and you didn't work, you just went traveling. So if you didn't work during 1 year, please write what you did during that year, during those months, but don't leave the space. Am I, yes?
So,
Am I
so.
right? Am I clear? Do you understand?
My case, so, so.
So, ok, en Spanish. No dejen espacios de tiempo en sus hojas de vida. Por ejemplo, yo tuve un año que no trabajé, estuve en Estados Unidos. Cuando yo volví, yo tenía que seguir trabajando, pero pues en mi hoja de vida tenía la duda qué poner en ese año. Entonces la idea no es no poner nada, como que no trabajaste, no hiciste absolutamente nada en ese año, y ese año ¿qué se hizo? O sea, escribiste del 2017 al 2018 trabajé y luego volviste a trabajar en el 2019, en el 2010, en el 2020. ¿Qué pasó en el 2019? ¿Sí me hago entender? Entonces, escriban lo que hicieron en ese año. Si viajaron, if you travel around, if you take care of children, if you, I don't know, if you were pregnant and you were born a baby, whatever thing you have done, please write it down there. It's important because that's gonna tell your future boss or your employer that you were doing another thing, and you are being honest with him or with her. Yes?
I understand.
Okay, good, perfect. So the next tip is make sure it's up to date. Up to date is like updated, yes? So write your all the dates, all the jobs you have done, and make sure that it is updated. For example, if we are in 2022, so don't send a CV that doesn't have the last year or the previous job you have. No escriban o no manden una hoja de vida que no esté actualizada, right? Sino que tenga, si estamos en el 2022, que diga ahí si estás trabajando en el 2022 o si estás todavía en el trabajo del año pasado, del antepasado. Entonces, enviar hojas de vida actualizadas. Don't exaggerate or lie. This is very important. As I said before, the future boss of your future employer can check your information on the web. This person can check if you are lying or if you are saying the truth through LinkedIn, through other people. So please don't exaggerate. Don't try to, I don't know, don't try to impress. Just be as honest as you, yes, as honest as you can be, please. Just the most honest person you can be. Say the truth, don't exaggerate, and don't lie. Don't lie, please, about you, about your experience, about your academic background. Okay, the next tip is spend time on the layout. So don't spend time on the layout. Okay, you need to spend time on the layout. What is the layout? What is that? Who can tell me? What is the layout? Diseño.
Capa? Ah, no.
Del diseño gráfico. Okay, so as I show you these previous CVs, as you see, these CVs have a beautiful design, right? Tienen un buen diseño, están bien diseñaditos. So try to spend time, valuable time, on the layout. Just don't send a page, a white page with a lot of letters around. Just try to take your time to make a very well laid out. Olga?
For good presentation.
Yes, that also speaks about you, about what kind of person are you and what kind of organized person you are. So please spend time on that. The next tip is check for mistakes. If you have mistakes, and maybe if you want to send an English CV or a CV that is written in English, so please check that you don't have mistakes. Maybe you can send your CV to a friend or to a person or to a teacher, a person who knows better English maybe than you. So make sure that your CV is well written, it doesn't have mistakes, it doesn't have errors, it is well written, okay? So please check that. And the last tip is include a cover letter. Well, we will have to talk about a cover letter or how a cover letter is, but a cover letter is just like a briefly information about you in the first letter. So it is like one page that speaks about you, and the next page is gonna be your CV. And those are the 8 useful tips. And that's it. Thank you so much. So do you have questions? Tell me if you have questions. Tell me if you want to add an opinion, information.
When is the next class, please?
Well, I'm gonna have the next laboratory on May 26th. May 26th. And we're going to be talking about healthy recipes. So the topic's totally different, but if you want to join me, you can join me. You can be with me on May 26th. El 26 de mayo voy a dar otro laboratorio a la misma hora, pero va a ser acerca de recetas saludables. ¿Ok?
Thank you so much.
Ok, so ¿cómo les pareció? ¿Qué tal? ¿Aprendieron? Did you learn or not?
Yes, I'm learning. Teacher, I have a question. Designed.
Yes?
The CV is only uh, this function. This function is only in another countries or apply to this country in Colombia.
No, I think in Colombia, I'm not sure about if we can apply this in Colombia. I think in Colombia continues the traditional CV.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
but yes, in other countries. So this is just to be aware about the CVs we can make for countries as United States, United Kingdom, or Canada. This is
Okay.
the style of those CVs. But in Colombia, I think the traditional is up.
Australia?
Okay. Thank you.
Maybe Australia, yes. Maybe Australia, yes.
Okay.
Well, I think the reason why these people receive this kind of CVs is because they have a lot of people that want to work in those countries. Yes? So the companies receive a lot of CVs and they prefer to see only the information of the person, of the person that is applying for the job in one page. But in Colombia, they don't have a lot of people like trying to work in the company, so they can spend a lot of time seeing the CVs. But in Colombia, I think this CV doesn't work yet.
Sure, I can't my opinion.
Yes, of course.
Okay, the class is very excellent.
Yes.
And the question, the next class and the team's specifics and the flight. Okay, así que en español. Bien.
You want to write the CV, yes?
Ajá, temas puntuales, sí, profesor, lo que le decía, se podría plantear, digamos, no se puede, no se decía para el 26 hay una, pero para
Voy a
más adelante.
escribirlo.
Pues yo le iba a preguntar, profe, la colocaba ahí en los comentarios que dice en la asistencia.
Ah, súper, sí, eso.
Ok.
Eso, perfecto, exacto. Ustedes si
Excuse
le
me,
piden ahí
my-
una opinión, eso
Ah.
lo pueden decir, como que planteo que la continuación de este laboratorio de escribir el CV, entonces pueden plantear que la próxima de esta sea escribir nuestro propio CV. Aunque eso se demora un tris, ¿no? Porque pues cada
Ajá.
uno escribiendo su propia información, lo ideal sería que ya trajeran parte de su información con todos los datos, con toda la información, porque en realidad hacer el CV se demora, eso se demora, porque mientras uno recoge los datos, cuántos años de experiencia tengo, cuándo trabajé aquí, cuándo terminé, entonces sí requiere bastante tiempo, pero sería muy chévere compartir cómo lo haría cada uno y mirar cómo les quedó su CV. Bueno, yo les recomiendo Canva, yo no sé si ustedes saben usar Canva, ¿quién sabe usar Canva aquí?
Ay,
Ok, me.
excuse me.
Ok, good. Ok, bueno, les voy a mostrar aquí Canva. Aquí fue donde yo hice la mía. Esta es Canva. Esta es mi cuenta de Canva y aquí están las plantillas para todas las cosas que uno quiere hacer. Entonces, es una página de diseño, tal cual. Aquí tú puedes hacer certificados, anuncios, tarjetas de Navidad, bueno, muchísimas cosas. Entonces, aquí también uno puede encontrar plantillas para su currículo. Por ejemplo, vamos a escribir acá CV. Miren, aquí sale currículum vitae y aquí salen todas estas opciones. Entonces es mucho más fácil porque a ustedes nada más les va a quedar. ¿Yo qué hice? Nada más quité la foto que sale ahí de la persona, puse la mía, acá escribí mi nombre y quité la información de ellos y pongo mi información. Entonces eso es mucho más fácil porque ustedes se van a poder guiar. Ah, bueno, aquí es, mira, acá sí piden, por ejemplo, referencia. Bueno, hay muchos, depende del país. Acá me piden mis datos personales, acá me piden la experiencia, acá me piden la educación. Entonces ya es mucho más fácil poder escribir tu información. Entonces yo les recomiendo esta página, se llama Canva con V. Y ahí sacan la plantilla y escriben su propia información. ¿Qué les parece? Mira, acá está Skills, Experience, Certifications, Education, en una sola página. Y ustedes le dan aquí en compartir, aquí arriba a la derecha, y acá le dan descargar y les descarga toda su CV inmediatamente y gratis. ¿Qué les parece?
The platform is very good and the different topics and different topics.
Yes,
Graphics
yes.
and presentation.
The different layouts.
Yes.
Yes, the different designs. Okay, guys, so it was a pleasure for me to share this knowledge with you. Actually, I am learning too. I'm learning on how to write my own CV, but I hope this can be very helpful for you. I hope you have enjoyed this short explanation about how to write a CV. And well, that's it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks, teacher.
So have a good night.
Thank you,
Bye
teacher. Have a good
bye.
night.
Night.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Muchas
You're
más. Miller.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Later.
Bye bye. See you. No se les olvide firmar la asistencia, please.
Yo
Thank
creo que no hay
you.
problema.
Thank you. Bye.